Hey guys, Jeremy here. Welcome to another edition of Tool Time Tuesday. Got a real quick one for you this week on some drawing aids. But before I get to that, let's take a look at some viewer knives. Now, if you missed my video yesterday, I uploaded a video exclusively with viewer knives in it. Really good looking blades in there. Check it out if you haven't. Really cool to see what other people are doing. And if you'd like to have your knives featured on either Tool Time Tuesday or in one of my viewer knife videos, just email me, jeremy@homesteadknives.com. So the first knife we're going to take a look at was sent to me from Anthony, and he's from San Angelo, Texas. Now, local to where he lives, he has a knife makers guild that does knife making classes, and he took one of these classes in memory of his grandfather. His grandfather really liked to make things and fabricate things, and it's really cool to see the next generations picking up on that stuff and becoming interested in learning those skills for themselves. Also, Anthony had inherited some of his grandfather's tools, and he used those to make some of these knives, and he did it in a way to honor his grandfather. So really cool story behind these blades right here. You can check out this first one, Warncliffe design. Really like that. He's also making his sheaths. They look fantastic. The second one there with the blue and the black wood handle, that's really cool, and again a nice Warncliffe design there. And then this third one here, a nice hunting knife, and I really like the logo that he has and the deer that he has etched into there on the sheath. Really great looking blades, Anthony. Thank you for sending those in. The next two knives we're going to take a look at are sent to me from Vian, and he is a 13-year-old knife maker, and he sent these pictures in to me. He said that the videos that I've made have really helped him a lot, so thank you. I'm glad that they're helping you out, and really great looking blades. We see the first one here is a really nice little skinner. I like that sheath that you made. Looks like a nice Kydex sheath there. And the second one here is more of a hunting type knife, and really great looking blades. Again, it blows my mind to see such talent in 13 years old. That's incredible. So Vian, good job. You should be proud of yourself. These blades look fantastic. And the last knife we're going to take a look at today is from Chad with CK Outdoors. He's from Washington State. Now, I featured his knives in yesterday's viewer knives video, but this one is a little bit special. He'd emailed me separately with this one, and this knife is actually available currently as part of a raffle, with all the proceeds going to the National Law Enforcement Memorial Fund in Washington, D.C. Chad is a retired law enforcement, and near and dear to his heart is the cause for helping those and showing support for the people that put their lives in danger for us. And really great raffle he's got going on. Excellent cause, so check it out. You can get in on a really beautiful knife like this. This is a gorgeous knife. I really like the Kydex sheath. He's got tapered tang on this knife. It doesn't show up in the picture. Really nice ferrocerium rod comes with it, and again, just a super great cause. So if you're interested in getting your hands, a really great opportunity to get a very nice handmade knife. Check it out. Also check out his YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Alright, so there's our viewer knives for this week. Again, if you'd like your knives featured on this channel, just email me, jeremy@homesteadknives.com, and we'll get those featured either on a Tool Times Tuesday or a viewer knife video. And let's get into today's Tool Time Tuesday. I get asked a lot if I would send my templates to people so that they can make a knife based on them. And the answer to that is always no. It's not because I don't want people to copy my knives or anything like that. It has nothing to do with that. The reason that I don't want to send my designs or my templates to people is because I feel that a very important part of the knife making process is the design process as well. There's a very important relationship between proportion and performance that you can only learn when you draw a knife yourself and turn it into an actual physical knife and use it. Without the drawing it yourself, you'll use a knife and say, I don't like this about it. It's harder to know what to change on the next one to make it better. Whereas if you draw that by hand yourself and you kind of understand the concepts, you really quickly learn the relationship of different shapes and the feel of a handle and how it's drawn to how that affects your hand. You know, to create hot spots. Is it an uncomfortable lump or something that rubs your hand the wrong way? Or does this knife just fit like a glove? Does this belly do what I want it to? It's a very important part about making knives is that you understand how every little tiny facet of a knife shape affects its performance. Now, when I started making knives, I had a really hard time, I still do, getting a really nice, beautiful shape drawn out. What I'll do is I'll often just kind of go with a rough sketch very lightly with pencil and kind of get a general concept down, and then I'll take French curves. Now, what French curves are is just these hard pieces of plastic. They're just curved stencils, basically. These have been around for a long time. You know, a lot of really fine woodworkers will use these, ornamental ironwork and stuff like that. Really great, and all they are is just pieces of plastic that have continually changing radiuses and curvatures on them. what I'll do is once I've drawn out my rough stencil very lightly, I'll kind of move this around and find a part of these French curves that work really good with the drawing that I had done. And you know, say if this was the tip of my knife and I really like this belly profile of the blade, I'll start it here and I'll just make a hard line and draw this really, really hard until it's right where I want it. And then I'll kind of come to the spine of the knife and find a curve that I like. With French curves and a straight ruler, there's no knife that you can't draw. It's incredible. Even you look at this one here, like this inside radius is different than this inside radius. And for things like finger choils and different grooves and stuff like that, there are so many options on these French curves, and it just makes drawing a really nicely polished knife so much easier. And you know, once you've drawn a knife and you've gone over and refined it with these French curves, you've got a beautiful template that you can cut out with a razor knife, glue that to your steel, and you're ready to go ahead and make that knife that you've drawn yourself. If you're getting into knife making, I strongly encourage you to design it yourself. You'll be so much happier you did. Once you've got a knife in your hand that you're using, you can tell people that, and not only tell people, but you know for yourself that I made this knife and I drew this knife. Very important aspect to think about, and French curves can help you get that done. Hope you enjoyed this week's Tool Time Tuesday, guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers. I'm cold.